Borough fans, hello and welcome back to the 8th placed Stevenage Football Club podcast, the Contenders, episode 44 in season 7. Welcome back and hello everyone. If you're viewing on YouTube, make sure to give us a follow, like and a subscribe. And if you are listening on all the audibles such as Spotify, give us a follow and a like. That would be much appreciated from all of us chaps here at the Stevenage Football Club podcast. Boys, there's only one song I'm singing to get us in it today. We are in the League One playoff race. We are in the League One playoff race. Does that go?
Literally the only person in the world that would sing that. The only one. You wouldn't get it at Reading, would you? Okay.
Okay, right. Let me change it then. We are 8th place here. We are 8th place.
There we are.
Again, the only person that would sing that song.
At least it's better.
It's better, in the words of Mark Sampson.
I miss that guy. Get him back. Get Mark Sampson back.
And Idiot of the Week. Do you want to quickly throw it in there before we get into
are we going early, are we?
Yeah, we're going early. Changing it up.
Here we go. This week, this is a stinker, this. Brad Barry.
Oh, Eastbourne Borough's finest.
Yeah, good old Matthias Roberts is also there at the minute, isn't he?
Hopefully he's learning from the best.
The Bez?
Idiot.
Was on that bench Saturday when he was back on there, the bench.
How did he come on?
I actually thought he was really good, by the way.
I'd put Sweens on up front over him.
Yeah.
Wow. He's had a few run-outs there this year, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Boys, I'm so happy. I'm so
really
happy. What a win!
You surprise me again.
Could we just say,
every time?
If you would have tapped me on that shoulder in Spain, in Torrevieja, and said to me that with 13 matches to play, our team would be in the League One playoff race in the most important season, I would have cried. I would have.
I've actually run out of words for you now, Farley, I'm afraid. I've actually run out of words. I don't know what to say.
But I would have. I'm not even joking. I would have cried. I would have cried. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we're in it. Honestly, I'm so happy that we're in it. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. I didn't know what you boys thought, but you know, obviously, Ad doesn't think a lot, do you, Ad?
No, it's just I've heard the same for the past however many years, so I'm kind of just used to it.
Well, more so over the past 4 years with all of our recent success. That's the thing. How are you boys?
I'm good, thanks. I actually missed the game of the weekend, which was unfortunate because we won. But missed the instant reaction, which was good. Watched it back and you enjoyed it.
Did you like it?
And you enjoyed yourself, didn't you? I think.
Yeah. No, you know what, right? And there is an elephant in the room that I'm going to address, and I want it to squash it early doors.
Yeah.
Oh dear, where's this going?
Yeah, I know.
Right. I spoke, and Farley, you can agree or disagree with me on this. On Saturday, I spoke with 3 or 4 people who all had the same opinion on me about what Harvey White has been over the last however many weeks. Right? Yeah. And they all said, what you've said is actually pretty spot on. But just because I portray a narrative or a observation that doesn't match some people's opinion, I get called out for it. And it's a little bit disappointing when someone within the club then tries and calls out fans online. You know, from my understanding, we're meant to be a good family club, and then you're getting people within the club calling me out because I've made some observations that doesn't match their opinion and their narrative, which is a bit unfair, I think, really. So that's it. Like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But if Harvey White has a bad game, he'll know he's had a bad game, and I'll make the observation he's had a bad game. Saturday, it was the best he has been for months. For months. and I will sit there and say he's been good. If a player's had a bad game, I'm allowed to say he's had a bad game. But just because someone doesn't understand my sense of humor and they want to call me out on it, that's where I start to draw the line. I go to support the team, and that's it. At the end of it, that was the elephant in the room. I saw the messages online on Saturday night, and I thought, you know what? I'm not overly happy with how these people have handled themselves. I think they could have probably done it in a more professional manner, considering of their job. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. And then if it continues, then it will then dictate to me whether I want to carry on going to watch the team play, because I'm not going to go to a place where I don't feel welcome, ultimately.
Well said, ads. Well said. Sorry, my voice went there because I don't know why my hay fever's like not my voice. There we go. We've given it a cleanse. No, well said. Look, everybody is entitled to their opinion, and you can't knock somebody for having an opinion if it doesn't match with yours. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? And you're entitled to your opinion, and you pay your money, and you can have a voice. And look, you're right. Look, the figures as well is our players are so damn good, and they're so damn fantastic that when they haven't performed, they will know themselves that they haven't performed, and it's it's
I think
parcel.
I think that was my frustration with Harvey over the last few weeks. The standard he set himself at the start of the season was so high.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Him and Good. Him and Good together. They were so good.
And suddenly he dropped off, and then we were talking to someone about it, and they went, "But he's probably played every game and every minute of every game. Why don't we drop him for a game and let him rest?
Yeah.
Give him a chance to have a break."
Yeah.
And
I love Harv. I think Harv's a fantastic player, and I think he's a lovely bloke as well. I really do. And I love his golf videos as well. I love some of those.
Yeah.
He's good at golf, though, isn't he? Jesus Lord, have you seen him?
Yeah, I saw the one he posted tonight. I was like, yeah, that's a fair old hit, that.
Yeah, Jesus Lord, he's really good at golf, My God.
There was an 8-iron. There was an 8-iron.
Stop
There
it.
was an 8-iron out there.
It wasn't an 8-iron, was it?
One of the shots was an 8-iron, I'm sure.
God, he does hit that 8-iron well. I've seen that 8-iron before, I swear.
As good as Chaz Faz, though.
I love that AI. But no, I think he plays a lot of golf with Jack Slater a lot, who is obviously a professional. So yeah, he's really good. He's really good at golf, but now, boys, I'm so happy. I mean, what a win. We're going to get into it in a bit, but really quick question before we come on to the 2-1 and the next few games. I just want a yes or no. Are we in the League One playoff race with 30 games to play?
Maybe.
No, there's no maybes. It's either
there is in my world. There is a maybe in my world.
There isn't in mine, ads, and it's my question.
I think you have to be in there, don't you? I mean, I think I said previously, if you go unbeaten up to Stockport, then that'll be the thing for me. But 3 wins from the 4 games, that is quality from where we were at with the record, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's 4 wins in 7 as well, isn't it? Like, if you actually have a look over the last 7 games, we've picked up 12 points. We've got just over half. So we started to win games again regularly.
Just need to fix the away form.
Yeah, 100%, which is absolutely massive for us at Burton on Saturday. We now need to kind of find a system in winning games away from home with the personnel and go and do it away. And I think that is absolutely crucial. By the way, I just wanted to say, if my voice doesn't sound normal, my hay fever is killing me at the minute. I'm bunged up. I've got no voice. I don't know if you boys can notice it, but...
Yeah, 2 days into March, Farley. 2 days into March, and we're talking about hay fever.
Mate, I get it end of Jan, by the way. Just want to throw it in there.
That's still when it's like cold and like 1 degree and Banfield's rocking shorts.
So I get trees. That's my hay fever. So when the leaves blossom earlier than everything else, I get it terribly. So I'm really sorry for all the listeners if I sound like an idiot as part of one of the idiots 11. tonight because my voice is gone and I'm bunged up to anything, honestly. So, boys, should we get into it?
God, Emma.
What a win! What a win! We are eighth place here. We are eighth place.
No.
Sorry, Ad. Sorry. Let's get into it. On Saturday, we had our 33rd League One match of the 2025/26 season at home against Stockport County, an opportunity to kind of prove that we are a top half League One team, which is what we created in the summer. And we did just that. A huge 2-1 win at home means that we now have 4 home wins in a row. We go 8th place with 51 points. We're over the 50-point mark before the final 10 games of this massive season. It was our 14th win, and the game, it did end 2-1. Well, it says on the statistics website, Cole Pigiani with the goal and Matty Phillips with the second. There was a bit of speculation about this one. Many said Jamie Reid, many said Cole Pigiani. We'll give it to Big Goal Reedy. Why not? It gets him to 11. I don't know if that's statistically correct, but on this podcast, we'll give it to Big Goal Reedy.
The club have tweeted saying it was Pidge on Saturday night.
It went off a defender, didn't it?
I did see the club gave it to Pidge. We'll just say Pidge / Reedy. There you go.
Reed. Yeah. There we go.
In the 35th minute, and then Matty Phillips wrapped it up in the 57th with a fantastic goal and a great setup for the goal between Harv and Jamie Reid. Ended 2-1. The lineups for the big 2-1 win on Saturday, Alex Ravel stuck with that 3-5-2, which we've been deploying a lot at home to start getting us winning games and picking up points and playing really well again. The team was Jasper Patterson at right wing back, obviously Philip Marshall in between the sticks. Jasper right wing back, Luther Wilding was right centre back for this match with Charlie Goody in the middle, Cole Pigiani to the left and Saxon Early as left wing back. The midfield was Harvey White and Louis Thompson as a pair with Dan Phillips in that 10, and leading the line was big goal Jamie Reid and Matty Phillips, who have built up this little kind of top League One level partnership in the final third. On the bench, Max Woodford, Chem Campbell, Jordan Houghton, Dan Kemp, The Bez, Jordan Roberts, and the Swede dog, Dan Sweeney. The statistics for the 2-1 win, let's take a look. We had 30% possession in the game on Saturday. We had 8 shots overall with 7 on target, 12 touches in Stockport's box. Philip Marshall had 4 saves to make. There was 31 aerial duels won, 12 fouls committed, and we had 2 corners in the game. Some distribution stats: we made 280 total passes with a 53 pass accuracy percentage. We had 26 backward passes, 131 forward passes, 66 long balls, 36 successful final third passes, and 10 crosses on the match. There were 6 yellow cards in the game. We received 1, and Stockport received 5. Boys, what a win. I would say, actually, this win and the reverse fixtured win at Stockport's place are probably the 2 best wins this season. But what a performance, what a win. It was all about proving that we still belong, you know, a top half League One team, which is what we created in the summer. But the way that we battled, we did the ugly things brilliantly. We got back in the game. You know, we went down in the game. We had the ability to score 1 and score 2 and do what those top League One level teams do. And I thought in that second half, we were absolutely magnificent and played some brilliant football as well. What a win. And it's put us incredibly in the League One playoff race. Who wants to take it first?
Luca, far away.
No, honestly, I think it's so great to have a win like that, because I think across this season we've gone through spells where we struggled, and I think that's a big thing that we address. But we've always had those statement wins. I think we've had that period at the start of the season where we won eight times out of the first 10, and obviously that was incredible. But then you go on that kind of lull, but you still pick up those wins, like the reverse fixture, the 3-1 away win to Stockport.
Yeah.
Then you kind of go through that spell, and then you come to Huddersfield. That's a big win. And then you lose away at Wickham. This is a big win. When you're chasing the playoffs, when you're chasing a promotion place, those wins are integral. They're huge because if you win the big games, it makes the easier games easier. It makes you look at the table and go, we can pick up more points here. And for us, we now look at Burton. Of course, that's going to be a tough game away from home. They beat Stockport 3-0. But still, you will look at that game with confidence based on our recent performances, especially at home. The main takeaway from the game for me is that we found our strike partnership. And that is something I'm
they were brilliant.
So happy with. It's not just, as you say, it's not just a strike partnership. It's that League One strike partnership. And for me, I think it benefits everyone. It benefits, of course, the team. I think it benefits our shape, our system. Benefits Jamie Reid for me. Benefits him so much because now the emphasis isn't on him whatsoever. And he's got that player. He's got that big physical striker that he can complement to. He can play his game now. And, he can take part in movements in the game like he did with the goal.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we haven't seen that from Reedy in ages. And it's fantastic to see that, honestly. But you want to see that grit. You want to see that determination in the second half. And that's what the game showed. And that's you want to see that from your side. You want to see reacting to adversity. And that's something they always talk about. You talk about it. You've got to evolve. You have to adapt. We have to react to adversity. The first half, you concede first, you react. And that's what this team has done in this game. And recently as well, I think we've done that really well. Port Vale at home, we conceded early, got the 2 quick goals. That's something that is really, really important in a playoff charge, in a promotion charge, anything like that. And then just solidity in the second half. That's something you want to see. It's something we did see. And everyone plays a role. Everyone plays a role. And that is when this squad is at their best, when every single player plays a role and they know their position, they know where they are in the system, and it's easy. As you say, they just pick themselves. And that's what I got from it. It was a really fantastic win and another statement. And, if you beat a Stockport team like that, who have got a great manager in Dave Challoner, they've got really good players, yes, they're in poor form, but it's a statement. And it takes balls to do that at home as well. 4-4, that's huge.
I completely agree. I think really it all stemmed down to the fact that Revs stuck with that 3-5-2. And we know, and we all said, we have to evolve the system as we go through the season. That's what all the top League One teams do to keep them up the top of the division, to keep winning games and picking up points. And what I love, he stuck with that 3-5-2 because that's the system. That is our home system. That is. And we're so effective within it. We are able to press high, force errors, cause the other team to make mistakes. We're able to dictate and dominate, and we're able to play good football and create chances in that system, whilst also being really regimented when we haven't got the ball. And I thought this game and this win showed all of those things. We battled brilliantly. We won our battles. We worked really hard. We ran really hard for each other. All those things that you want to see in a real dogged performance. But we had the ability of winning the game. And the top League One teams, they have the ability to win a game like that. When you go behind in a game, can you come back and not just get a goal, but win the game? And we did that. And we now have a top League One forward line. This has been, and I said to add on the instant reaction video, we have everything. This squad has had everything. That's why Alex Ravel did such an amazing job in the summer. He created this top half League One team where we had everything. But the only thing that we haven't had is top League One level personnel with Jamie Reid. And that has been the reason why we're not in the top 6, because of that, right? But we have that now. And let me tell you, because we have that, we have got a top 6 squad, no doubt, because we're going to score goals. We're going to create chances. We've got that personnel. And I think this win showed it with how brilliant Jamie Reid and Matty Phillips were, the partnership that they're building, the way that they played, the goals, the quality. They showed that against, as you say, Luca, a Stockport team who are brilliant. I mean, let's make no bones about it. You said it. They're in not great form, but they're a top team, top players, some brilliant top-level personnel players in their squad. and I thought it was just a magnificent win. And you were next to me in the north. Huge win, mate, and unbelievable that we're in there with 30 to play.
Yeah, I think Lucas summed it up perfectly. I think what impressed, I think I said it to you actually after on the reaction. When you play a 3-5-2 like we did at Wickham, when you started with Jordan Houghton and Harvey White, that's not going to work. If you start a 3-5-2 with Louis Thompson and Harvey White, or Louis Thompson and Jordan Houghton, that's when it works because it allows Louis Thompson to go and join the press.
Yeah.
So it's all well and good that we play 3-5-2, but he has to, if a 3-5 the 3-5-2 is effective if you get the midfield right. If you get the midfield wrong, it bypasses you. And I said to you at half time, and after I went at half time, I thought I'm not sure we've gone with the right system for this game. It looked like Stockport were very dominant, had a strong hold in the game. Never really looked like we got going, to be brutally honest. I don't think we started particularly well. We weathered the first 10, 15 minutes and then the game died down a bit and then Stockport got their goal. In the moment, I thought it was a foul. Looking back on it now, I think it's a perfectly good goal. I think Philip Marshall's tried to make a meal out of nothing, really and truly. A bit like what Robert Sanchez did yesterday with the Chelsea game. Tried to claim a foul, which wasn't a foul. We get our equaliser. I think as soon as we go 1-0 down, we then look to try and react quickly, and we did. And we were pushing to get a goal, and we got the equaliser. Bit of a scrappy goal, but a goal's a goal. And then that really was the first half for me. And then second half, we came out, and that is the best 45 minutes of football I've seen us play in person since
Cardiff? Luton?
probably Luton away.
You think it's just a Stockport thing?
Well, potentially. Yeah, probably since Stockport. Yeah.
He has got his number now.
Is it 5 wins in a row now, I think? Since we first played them.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I think that second half was the best 45 minutes I've seen since probably Luton away. I think we moved the ball well, we were dominant, we won our battles, and we didn't really let Stockport have a sniff until right at the end when the quality that they've got on the pitch and on the bench will come on and try and create something for them. So look, second half, I said it to you, it was brilliant. We just kicked our fingers and we went from 0 to 100. My thing is now when we go and play teams, and with all due respect, by the way, to Burton, because I think beating Stockport at home.
I'm nervous for it Saturday. I'm nervous for Burton.
Well, they're going to be probably going to be up for it, so I think we need to make sure that we are, equally in the same bracket. I think for me, when we play teams like Burton in that lower half, they're like, for example, Orient at home, Wimbledon, those games, they're the games that we need to be going, right, let's come and play for 60, 70 minutes here and try and score 2 or 3 past this lot and really solidify ourselves. If we then go to Burton and Orient at home and Wimbledon, in those games and we struggle, then we're sitting here going, well, hang on a minute, how can we go from playing? And that's where my frustration lies. And I said it to you in the instant reaction. That's when my frustration was after Wickham, because that second half showed us how good we can be.
Yeah.
So it's against those lower teams that we need to go, right, bang, start from the off, front-footed, dominant, make sure we win our duels, physical, in their face, get the ball moving, and go and score. Go and try and score 2 or 3 goals and really put the game to bed. And then we can go, right, okay, then we can maybe rest Matt Phillips. We can rest all those players that we know are going to be so crucial for us in the coming weeks.
I completely agree. I think And look, I know we're gonna get into the games a little bit later because actually, what's I don't know what you boys. I'm getting goosebumps speaking about it. By the way, I don't know. I know what you're going to say, but I've been getting goosebumps all day looking at the league table. Now we've got 13 matches left to play now. Most important season we're in it. But if you actually have a look at the fixtures over the next four, they're extremely winnable. I mean, we play Burton this Saturday. We've got Orient, we've got Wimbledon, even Plymouth. I know that'll be hard at their place, but they're four games that are winnable games for us. But I just love the way that in this specific match, the way that we battled to get the win, it was so brilliant. And the performances from the players like Cole Pidgiani, brilliant performance. First top performance from Pidge in a few games. It was brilliant the way that he dominated. He got in team of the week as well. You got Philip Marshall pulling off brilliant saves. Saxon Early was great. Luther was great. Jasper was great. Yeah, that culture cannon. Look, Dan Phillips, we say every single week, he was brilliant in that midfield again, won the ball back, played really good football. Louis Thompson as well, did all those dirty things brilliantly. Harvey White really stepped up this game and battled and won his battles, which we all know that's the only area that Harv really needs to improve on is battling and running hard and doing those things. And he was brilliant. And then the forward line, I mean, it was just a top team performance. And you're right, look, first half of this game, it was tough. We gave the ball away a bit. We had to grow into it, but second half, we were just brilliant. And
what you talk about though, when this team plays well, every single player on the pitch plays well, and that is the important thing.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I love the subs that we made as well. Brave and bold with a few of those decisions. It was brilliant. I thought the Bez was great when he come on. I'm not even joking around. I thought it was actually generally really good.
I can't make an opinion, obviously, because I wasn't at the game, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Seriously, I'm not even joking. I generally think the Bez was actually really, really good on Saturday. He was really good when he came.
I honestly think, though, because a win like that, kind of, when you're a team, I'll put it like this, when you're a team that's trying to go up and you're a team that's trying to get in the playoffs, you've got to have something about you in terms of form. So you look at all the big sides. You look at Lincoln, incredible home form. You look at Cardiff, amazing form all across the board, really. Bolton now have really good form. That's why they're pushing.
Yeah.
If you want to push and you want to get into one of those places, you've got to have something about you in terms of form. And I think that's when we're at our best. When we have a streak in a certain ground or at home or something, now we have 4 wins at home. And that's huge. That is huge for us. Because you're looking a few weeks back, we're like, are we going to get in the playoffs? Might not, because we're kind of in that sort of form where we're picking up wins, but we're losing and we're drawing and we're kind of inconsistent. You've got to have that consistency. You've got to have something about you when you're pushing for this. And I feel like this is probably the really important foundation, I'd say, that's needed for a playoff charge. I think we've kind of maybe facilitated that, kind of got the amount of points you need to be able to call yourself a contender, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think as well, look, number one, we're safe. So at least we know we're in League One for our 4th consecutive season next season because we've got 51 points. That's probably going to do it. But a couple of things here, right? Again, we knew what we created in the summer in having a top half League One team. That's what we built and created. But you do not do the things that we've done if you're not one of the best teams. You don't win 8 games in 10. You don't go top countless of times. You don't sit top of the table at the 25th of November. You don't beat Stockport 3-1 away at Huddersfield. You don't play the way that we did at Cardiff in that 30-minute period where we went 1-0 up. You don't beat Stockport at home 2-1. You don't have one of the best defences and only lose once at home. I mean, our home form's 9 wins, 6 draws, just 1 defeat. You don't do those things if you're not a top team. We know we are part of that. That's what we created. It's what we created. And after that kind of created squad, it's just been the only thing that has missed has been the personnel in the final third with Jamie Reid. And you've seen the product of that with someone like Matt Phillips coming in, who has that level, that expertise up the top of the division. You've seen the impact and the proof of having that personnel up there. And honestly, I really believe we are in the driving seat to go on and have a stab at the top 6. And I'll tell you why, right? We've had a brilliant season. It's been a wonderful season. We had all that early success, and then we had a really dodgy period for about 18, 19 games because there was no evolving. We missed personnel in the final third. But if you have a look at teams that do very well over a season, it's the teams that can come out of the bad form and start winning games again and picking up points and playing well. And we're proving to be that team.
That's something we've always struggled with.
It's huge. Even under Evans a couple of years ago in League One, we struggled to get out of that period, right? But we have got 4 wins in 7, won our last 4 home matches. We're showing that after that run of form, we've evolved, we've made changes, and we're starting to win games again. And I tell you, with 30 games to play, with the teams that we got, I mean, boys, it's not like we've got a lot of the top teams left. I was working out today, right? Think about all the other teams we've got to play, right? Burton, Orient, Wimbledon. I know Plymouth for 12 and are doing quite well, right? But then Rotherham, Blackpool, Doncaster, Wigan. I mean, I've just rolled off 8 teams there in our last 30 that we've got left to play. And a lot of those are down the bottom. I think the only top teams we've got are Bradford, Bolton, Lincoln, and then obviously Reading. But 8 of them, we're playing teams that really you would expect with our squad, with our personnel, to get results against. I think we have got an unbelievable chance of potentially making a playoff play. And then to go along with that, we've got 2 games in hand. And who are the games in hand against? Orient and Barnsley. I mean, it's not like we're playing Bradford in our game in hand, is it? Do you know what I mean?
So, sorry, you're just like an excitable puppy every time.
No, but I'm just speaking facts. I'm just speaking, it's true. It's true.
You know, like a little golden retriever that's always like high on energy and
Look,
pumping with like steroids of energy.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what I can imagine Farley is every day.
I'm sorry, Ad, but my favourite ever team are in the League One playoff race. I'm excited. And do you know what?
Are they more of a favourite team than the promotion team?
I get asked this all the time. I get asked it all the time. The promotion team will always be that special team. That will never go anywhere. But this team is the best team we've ever had. I'm certain. And it's my favourite because of that. I love them. And do you know what I'm excited about, Ad? You're active for Nottingham now. That's what's exciting. Luca. We just need to get Luca active now. That's what we need.
I asked you this question on Saturday, Farley, and I'll be interested to see if you still think the same. Like Luca, question for you, really. Seeing the impact that Matt Phillips has had, and watching Matt Phillips on Saturday, and everyone goes, he's 34, he's getting old, he hasn't got his legs anymore. Seeing him at times being competitive with a defender to a 50-50 loose ball and nearly winning it 9 times out of 10, do you try and keep him for next season?
I do. And I think all the question marks about his fitness are absolute bull. I
agree.
I think that he's a class above. I think literally any other striker we've ever had, really, in terms of who we've brought in January. And you know, the guy should still be playing in the Championship, in my opinion. I think he's still got the quality. I think he's still got the expertise. I mean, as you say, he was literally starting games this season early in the Championship for Oxford. And it's not like, as you say, that break he had in between, he was training with League One clubs. So, and what he's shown so far, I mean, I just think he's been unlucky. He probably should have scored on his debut. I think that obviously got that really quality goal from open play as well. I mean, it's obvious that goal was just a striker of being there in the right place at the right time. And you've got to be a certain
the know-how.
Yeah, you've got to be a certain caliber of player to be able to do that. And
I think I would love to get him for next season. I said to Adam in the instant reaction, I think Matt Phillips at the minute is a solution for now. And what I mean by that is he was solely brought in with obviously the potential to be here next season, but to solve and be a solution for the kind of personnel issues we've had.
I think he will, though, because if you look at the wage deficit he's had to cut to come to us, I mean, I think he will.
I mean, why not?
Come to that stage in his career, especially if he ends this season in the reign of form he's currently in, I mean,
Yeah.
it could be amazing for us next season.
And also, why not? You keep Matt Phillips and then you go out and sign a couple of, well, look, let's say we're in League One, right? Obviously, I know we're in, but look, I've seen stranger things happen in the world of football.
Tottenham next season.
Oh my God, could you imagine? What, Championship? But like, let's say we're in League One, right? You have Reedy, you keep Matt Phillips, you then go out and sign 2 more top League One level personnel type of strikers. You've then got a forward line there that is frightening. And I think there's real potential to build that next season because, look, we know if we stay in League One next season, right, the goal is to stay in the top half and see if we can maybe be more competitive, right? That's the goal. So keeping a player like Matt Phillips with his expertise and really his level, yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I think Matt Phillips has been brilliant. I thought Saturday was absolutely fantastic, and his goal scoring ability in front of goal is really impressive. That was a really good goal on Saturday in the game. The way he beat his man, got in front, great finish. His hold up play, he's running off the shoulder. It's really good. It's really good. I really like Matt Phillips.
And I want to say, I mean, I think Rev's talked about it. He touched on it a few times when he brought him in. It's that when you're at that age, it's really rare to find a player that's got the eagerness to kind of still give to a team. And I feel like we've hit the goal with Matt Phillips, really. I think he's come in the door straight away and he showed he wants to be here and he wants to lead this side and he wants to be starting for us every week. And that's something really rare, honestly. And I think it's an absolute pleasure to have a player like him and probably a personality like him on the pitch as well. Because I think you can already tell, I think he's a big personality in that dressing room in terms of leadership and experience. I think he's huge. Honestly, everything he brings, I talk about it all the time. Every single team in the division has got that player. Got that player that's been in the Premier League, been in the Championship, and you go, he's a household name. If you don't follow League One, he's a household name. Matt Phillips is that player for us. And we have lacked a player like that for years and years. And I've always said, if you want to be challenging, you want to be up there, you've got to have that type of player. You've got to have that. You've got to honestly be there in that race. And external fans, they'll look on and they'll go, "Oh yeah, Stevenage, they've got that Matt Phillips."
Yeah,
you want to be like that, and that is honestly for me, that is why he's so huge because he's a big name, but he's a big personality, and he offers so much.
Yeah,
he's so important to everything we do. I think in the future.
Yeah, 100%. I am, and the thing is as well, boys, is I think that in terms of like season-changing wins, right, along with my point of Matt Phillips, like for me, winning that game against Stockport was season-changing for me because look, I know that we've had wins over the past few weeks. Obviously, we beat Peterborough, we beat Huddersfield, we beat Port Vale. But to win 2-1, to win it in the way that we did, how brilliant we were in the second half and had the ability to turn that game around against the top team and win it, season-changing win. And to go along with your point about Matt Phillips as well, I completely agree. I think, look, we want to become a top half League One team and next season we want to be a top half competitive League One team. Those are the kind of seasons that we're having now under this management team and the bulk of this squad. And you need players like that. I call Jordan Houghton another. You want to have players in your squad that you look at and you go, wow. Because let me tell you something. Why it's important is it heightens expectancy, right? If you have a squad of players that have only ever been top half League One players, well, guess what? That's where you'll be. Because these players, that's where they operate. Jordan Houghton, he's used to getting promoted in this season. Even players, Ad will probably laugh, Jasper Patterson, Beryl Labala, the Bez, they've experienced trying to get promoted in this division, however level or whatever way you want to look at it, right? There's players, even the originals, Pidge, Reedy, Swedes, Good, obviously, Louis Thompson, Dan Butler, I say Dan Phillips, but those players before that, they've had seasons where they've been up the top of League One competing. So what I love about this squad with Matt Phillips, we have a top League One squad. And all of those players in this squad will expect, this is the difference, they expect to be up in that top 6 because they've only ever done it in their careers. And that is a special, special thing with the team. And we have that. We have
a really good point you made, because if you look when we got promoted from the promotion season,
exactly,
we didn't have any really big names, did we? And we were coming up with players that had been promoted with us that we signed earlier in the season, and we go, go get us promoted. But they're at the top of League Two, and they're players that have had to, change, facilitate into League One, and they've done it so well. And for that reason, season upon season, we've crafted that League One talent, haven't we? That League One personnel that's slowly. I mean, I think the first season you'd go, okay, that mid-table League One experience we've gone and crafted with kind of a few top-level League One players mixed in. Season upon season, you're seeing that we're getting players from higher divisions, players that have experience in higher divisions. And that's what you need, because if you have that, then you have people in the club that know how to bring the club to where they want to be.
Yeah, because we don't just want to be in League One flirting around doing an Exeter. We want to be competitive. We want to become a top half League One team. That's what we create. So season on season, we evolve. Same as next season. We evolve, we get better, we create a new top half League One side and keep the originals that we know are of that level. And you do it each year and build. And I think we're at the start of a very exciting journey with that, in my opinion, especially if we can, which I think we're going to finish in the top half this season. But you give yourself those foundations. It's good for attracting new players as well. Because if you're in the top half of League One, you'll only ever attract top half League One players, and that's really important for next season and the seasons after. And so it's a bit of a snowball effect as well. But really quickly, boys, before we look at the league table, pick a player for you that was your best player in that 2-1 win against Stockport. I'll go to Anne first.
I've got 2.
Go on, name them both.
Dan Phillips, Louis Thompson.
All right, love that. Dan Phillips, Louis Thompson. What about for you, Luca?
I think Saxon early, honestly. I just think, honestly, he's improved so much. And to come into our side like he has with the little game time he's had over the last few years, well, he's had basically nothing, hasn't he? To come in and perform at the level he has, kind of week in, week out as well, it's been so impressive, honestly. And it makes me think, and a lot of people have been talking to me about it, that he's already showing signs that he should be playing at a higher level.
Yeah.
And that's huge. Honestly, it's huge. And it's another option. And it's someone that really has found their place in the system. They've found their place in the team. And maybe like Lewis Freestone as well, they've really come into this season and earned that place. And, they're undroppable, completely undroppable. And at the start of the season, we brought Saxon early in, and you go, is he going to be playing? Is he going to be starting? Is he really going to have a constant regular role in the first team? And you'd be like, we'll have to see him in, But now he's crucial, absolutely crucial to what we have in terms of what he produces defensively, going forward, his athleticism, he's on the ball, his work rate, everything. I think he's just another one of those players that we have that kind of gives you the whole package in a way. And he's huge. And to be honest, it's not like he's given us average performances every game. He's another one of those players that is kind of maintaining a level performance in the 8s and the 9s out of 10. And it's that type of player that he's become. It's so impressive.
I agree. I think Saxon has got that ability to go up the leagues. I think we saw that when we had Saxon in the promotion season. But this season, he's joined this team. He's been a part of this top half League One team, and I think he's been absolutely magnificent. Saxon, he's what it is he's playing games. We said if Saxon could get a run of games under his belt, you'll start to see his ability. And he's had a run of games under his belt. Now he's got himself match fit, and you're seeing top level League One performances from him. I think mine. I'd love to say a few. I think for me, my kind of, I know I said pick a player. I think Pidge, Reedy and Matty Phillips really stood out for me on Saturday. I thought Pidge was brilliant at the back, won everything, dominant, got back to that, Cole Pidgeardi performance.
You see how we've all picked different players?
Yeah, I know, literally. We named the whole squad pretty much, haven't we? Other than Martial and the culture cannon. Yeah, I think Pidge, Jamie Reid was magnificent and Matty Phillips was magnificent together as a pair. You know, they won us the game on Saturday, so I'd say those three. But should we take a look at the league table?
You already
Go
have.
on.
I've got it.
He's looked at it all day.
It's
I got a
all
photo
laminated.
at lunchtime.
Best
Of him looking
believe
at it.
on my lunch break, not just on my lunch break at work, the whole day today I've been looking.
Is it on the wall laminated?
It might as well be. I've looked, I'm pretty sure I could tell you the league table off by heart without even looking at it. But let's take a look at it because it is absolutely magnificent. We'll start from the bottom. Bottom four at the minute after the weekend's games: Port Vale, Rotherham, Northampton, and Leyton Orient. Oh, I thought the cream always rises, though. What are they doing down there? It's not so.
Wellens didn't have a clue, did he? He couldn't adapt.
Tell you what, isn't it funny? 4 teams come up together. Us, Orient, Northampton, Carlisle. Carlisle are in the National League. Northampton or Orient are in the bottom 4. We're the only one out of those 4 teams that have actually become a proper League One team. All of them couldn't.
Yeah, but we're a pub side though, aren't we? Aren't really?
Don't tell that to travel. We're 4 points clear with a game in hand.
Get off the pitch, Stevenage.
Tell me what you had to do.
And we did that, let me tell you.
Oh.
From 20th up to mid-table is Blackpool, Wigan, Doncaster, Burton, Mansfield, Exeter, Wimbledon, Barnsley and Plymouth. 11th to 7th, Peterborough, Luton, Wickham. Stevenage football team, look at us. 51 points. 8th place, and Reading, who scored in the 90th minute and then scored a 97th minute win against Bradford to go in 7th place. It would have been us in 7th place if it wasn't for that last minute goal. And the top 6 at the minute: Huddersfield, Stockport, Bradford, Bolton, Lincoln and Cardiff City are leading the division still. Really quickly, I'm going to read out the fixtures for Saturday because there are some, well, I say big games, unbelievably big games in the division this weekend. There are some games tomorrow night: Barnsley, Wickham, Exeter, Burton. So Burton have got to go to Exeter on a Tuesday night. Oh my word!
We cannot make that an excuse.
Look at ads. You see ads, eyes light up then as soon as I read that. So we get a full week off on the training pitch. Burton have got to go to Exeter on a Tuesday night. Fantastic.
What, the Imperial?
Oh, it's that place back in January. Miss it. And there is Rotherham Mansfield tomorrow night as well. But the games on Saturday, Stockport and Mansfield is off because Mansfield are in the FA Cup against Arsenal. We play Burton Albion away, which we're going to come on to in a little bit. It is the early kickoff: Cardiff City versus Lincoln on Saturday. Top 2 play each other. And if we beat Burton and Lincoln lose, we're 17 points behind. Is it back on?
No.
It's always
no.
It's always on.
I know what you're trying to do. I've seen this game before. No.
Hang on a sec.
Don't fall into the trap.
Hang on a sec. Have we got a game in hand? We do. So hang on a sec. The deficit could be cut to 14 points.
Farley, this is a basing that we actually win games of football.
By the way, do you know what I think is going to happen?
Oh, this week, go on.
Fate's a funny thing, and life is a funny old journey.
Can I just say, hands up, this has nothing to do with me. I've said nothing here. This is all you, Farley.
I'll take the flak for this. Are you ready? You ready for what I'm going to say?
Strap in. This could go anywhere.
Lincoln are going to mess it up. Right? Bolton, listen. Bolton are going to catch them, and it'll be Cardiff and Bolton that go up. Lincoln will finish 3rd.
I know where this is going.
We'll finish 6th.
I know.
We'll get them in the playoffs.
Thin seal on a Thursday night.
Oh, back to treble.
Or the playoff final.
Why
not
not?
On a Thursday.
Yeah, but hang on a second. It could be a Saturday or Sunday.
I'm not going to trebles on a Sunday.
Well, no, we'll go
I'd
there on
work the next
Saturday
day.
for the Sunday game.
Oh, right. Yeah. See what you're saying.
Yeah, or if it's a Saturday, we go. If it's Friday, then we go Friday, we go thereafter. You see my point?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like that's going to happen? Why do I feel like that's going to happen?
That's what you wish would happen.
How many points? Oh, Bolton are 10 away. Oh, dear.
Farley still thinks we can win the league.
Well, hang on a sec. We can still get 90.
Oh, no.
Luca, you've opened a whole nother can of
No, I'm
worms.
joking. I'm not going to be that delusional.
No.
But I'm just saying that. I've seen stranger things happen at sea. Well, maybe not at sea, but, you know.
Just want to say that I had nothing to do with that. I've said nothing there.
You can't get framed
That's-
for it, and it's all right. You can't get framed for it.
That's
Yeah.
Farley-itis, that is, I think we'll call that.
Farley-itis.
Farley-itis. The fixtures, sorry, we got carried away there. But yeah, Cardiff, Lincoln, what a massive game on Saturday. It is Huddersfield v Rotherham, Bardsley v Exeter, Blackpool v Wigan, Bolton v Wickham, Bradford v Orient, obviously us away at Burton, Luton v Reading, what a game. Peterborough v Port Vale, and Plymouth v Doncaster. So Luton, Reading, and Bolton, Wickham, some big games and a big opportunity for us because we're playing Burton away, who, don't get me wrong, Burton are a tricky side at their place. But when you have a look at our next four fixtures, Burton, Orient, Wimbledon, Plymouth, there's a big opportunity for us in these next four games to really, I think, get back into the top six and get a platform of points beneath us. And look, we've got 51 points. There's an opportunity here, and it's all about momentum. We're a momentum team. When you win games back to back and you get going, and great things happen with squads of our ability. So exciting. Burton, we've got to talk about it. Come on, boys. Look, I think the big thing for me Saturday is getting a result. We've lost our last 5 away matches. The last 4, we've conceded 3 goals in each. We need to play a system with the right personnel and gets a result. And like we've done at home, where we've gone with and deployed the 3-5-2, and we've been playing that regularly and different types of personnel within that system, winning games, we need to now do it away, find a system, play personnel, get some form and some results to going away from home, because if we can improve the away form, we will fly into the top 6. Burton away Saturday, obviously we're 8th. Burton have been battling it down the bottom of the season, the whole season. They're currently 17th at the minute. We drew with them over the Christmas period 2-2, didn't we? Crazy game, that one. Huge game for us, boys. We've got 2 months left of the season. Just get a result in this game. And what you're making of it, mate. It's a toughie, but really, with our level, with our squad, you know, we'd like to think we can get a result here, right?
You'd think so, but don't rule out Burton being. Well, I mean, you saw it last week. Burton are very good at home. They're very good. You know, they beat Stockport 3-0. So I think it's going to be tougher than what people think. I think it'll be tougher than what people think. If we can come out of there with a battling 3 points or a point, I think it's a good result. People might laugh, but the fact of the matter is, Gary Boy is a very intelligent operator at this level. So it wouldn't surprise me if he makes it tough and, you know, make it difficult for us.
Just shown by the first fixture, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they take the lead. I'll be honest. I think if they score first, I think we'll be in for a real battle.
Well, hopefully the team can go and, well, get a result. I mean, look, I even think, and I know this is going to disappoint you boys a little bit. Look, obviously we want to win, right? We haven't won away from home since Stockport in December, right? But I think it's just really important just to get a result in this game. Just get a result away from home, even if it's a point, get a result. And then with some other away matches coming up, Plymouth, for example, can we try and start the win games? Obviously, we want to win this one. For you boys, Burton, Luca, are we shaping up in a 3-5-2 for this match? Because we know 3-5-2 at home is so effective. We've seen that over the past 4 or 5 matches, right? We have now got this system that is really effective at home. We're able to press high, we're able to win games and really dominate games at home within that system with the personnel we've got. But away from home, what are we doing? Are we sticking with the 3-5-2? Are we reverting to another kind of system? What do you think?
Fundamentally, I think it's really important to learn from the games we've had recently away from home. I think that honestly, probably Northampton and Wickham, we've made the same mistakes, and that's led to virtually the same result in the same fashion. So I think it all comes from setting up well at the beginning. I think you've got to get the shape right and the personnel right to start with. It's integral away from home. At home, we know the system and we know the players that are going to perform at home. And, you know, we've seen it in the last 4 games at home with 4 wins. I think that I think stay with the 3-5-2, but for me, you've got to have more creative players on the pitch. I think that for me, home games are for the heart on your sleeve type performance, the performances we saw, the second half performance we saw against Stockport, that type of performance where you're seeing individuals, you know, really battling to win and really battling for the 3 points. I think away from home, you've obviously got to battle to win the points, but it's the opportunity to have our creative players on the pitch. I think the likes of Kempy, Phoenix, Ben Campbell, I feel like it's the stage for them to add to what we've missed over the last few away games, I think. But you have to get that right from the start. I think it's integral to start Cole Piergianni. I know that's a thing that happened at the weekend, but it hasn't happened in recent away games. You have to start Cole Piergianni for that leadership, that organisation away from home. I then think that you have to start Dan Kemp probably. Just need to get him on 90 minutes. You have to get him on 90 minutes. You have to get him back in the team in terms of adding creativity away from home. I think that's really important. If you're a team that's going up, you've got to be a team that is really producing in all forms of games, I think. So that's really important. But you've got to add competition to the squad. I think we have such a great 11, but away from home, you know, give other players a chance in that system. See how they fare. You know, if they add some real good stuff away from home, then that's something that we need to learn from, because as we do evolve, as we do adapt, you have to try new systems and new approaches. And I think that's really important. So for me, learn from it. Learn from recent away fixtures, and that is the main priority for me.
I completely agree. Really quickly, just for all the listeners, just because while Luke has been speaking there, And has had to shoot off because he's got a cricket match, I think. So And is no longer with us. We've only got about 10 minutes left anyway, so it is just me and Luca for the last 10 minutes, and sends his apologies. But yeah, we did know And had to shoot off. No, I completely agree, mate. I think this game is going to be a really battling game, and we're going to need battlers out there, but then the ability with quality. So I'm assuming that Reedy and Matty Phillips will stay up top. I think that's needed for this game. I think you'll still see Dan Phillips, Pidge again for me. You want really big battling players in this game. You know, don't get overrun, don't get out-battled there. And I think that's really, really important. But then you want the quality and those quality players to create, like your Phoenixes or Chems or however Revs gets them off the bench or involves them in the system. Dan Kemp's another. So I think he will probably go with the 3-5-2 again, and I would like to see that, but I would completely understand if he did play a different setup and got some of those players in. I think either way for me, but I think one thing that is for sure, you're probably going to have to keep Dan Phillips and Louis Thompson and Pidge and all those big players in there for this game. We do have a question just before we come on to the Stevenage Football Club podcast prediction competition, because that is quite competitive at the minute. Well, we got one question for the pod, and I think this question is absolutely fantastic. This is from Luther Walding's dad. Yeah, Edwin. I speak to Edwin quite regularly. He's a lovely guy, Edwin. We have some really good conversations. And he sent in a question. He's kind of a two-parter. Edwin's question is, I have a question for you and your podcast panel. Question number one, who is the best starting 11 currently for Stevenage? He then also goes on to ask, I would also ask, why is everybody so unhappy when we are sitting exactly where we want to sit in the league? Do we really think we are ready for the championship? Because I think we're at least a season away from that. Your thoughts? So, Luca, strongest 11 for us, and then that second part.
So are we setting up? I think we're setting up in the 3-5-2, aren't we? I assume. Right, Philip Marshall in goal, back three of
Toughy, isn't it?
Charlie Good, Carl Piergiani, and Lewis Freestone. I think based on the season, based on performances, you've got to go with that. Then I'd go with Luther Wilding. I'd then go with, I say two sitting in the middle, probably a midfielder further forward. I would say you have to have Dan Phillips in there.
Yeah.
For me, I then think it's a toss-up in position-wise between Harvey White and Louis Thompson, because that kind of allows you to change system, whether you include either player. I then think you have to have Saxon early in that team.
Yeah.
Based on his recent performances. I'd probably have Kempy in the 10, and then I would have front two of Reedy and Matt Phillips. I think that explains itself.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think that is pretty much fine. I think Phil in goal, Luther right wing back. You know, actually, first of all, I think Philip Marshall's the best goalkeeper in League One. I really do. I hang my hat on it. I think Phil is a championship level goalkeeper who's actually a really good footballer, along with being a top goalkeeper as well. Great shot stopper, great at commanding. His kicking's brilliant. He's just a championship level goalkeeper.
So consistent, isn't he? That's the main thing.
He is. And again, as we speak about Jordan Houghton and Matty Phillips, he's of that level. I think, Phil, again, Luther, one of the best right backs, if not the best one in League One. I think Luther is so athletic, such a talent. And look, we know what Luther is. He's brilliant. I think for me, back three, I'd go Good, Pidge, Lewis Freestone. I think Lewis Freestone has been absolutely magnificent. Been one of the players of the season. Look, Pidge.
Don't we? Mustard.
Yeah, he's so good. He has really had I call it a coming out season this season. I think next season he'll get better and better, and you'll see him maybe captain a few more games potentially next season. Left back, left wing back Saxon early, and I've gone with the 3-5-2 like you. Saxon with a run of games under his belt and in his bag, you're now seeing his ability and his potential as a player. Absolutely brilliant. Two sitters for me. I'm going to go Louis Thompson. Because I just think Louis is so damn good. And Dan Phillips, Dan has been, again, one of the players of the season, come on leaps and bounds over the last 4 months. And Louis Thompson, I think, is just such a top player at this level. I think in the 10 for me, Dan Kemp, I would still put in there because of his quality. And then up top, Jamie Reid and Matt Phillips. I think that would be my strongest 11 for us. Also, Edwin did mention about why is everyone so, and I do agree with him here because, and I know that we had 3 wins in 19 and that was tough, but we are 8th and we're 1 point off the playoffs and we haven't got out the top 10, top 11 pretty much the whole season. It has been an unbelievable season, the best season I think I've ever seen, and for it to be this team makes me so proud. It's been unbelievable, but I think people just know the levels of this squad. It's a bit like Andy, isn't it? Andy knows the levels of this squad, so that when we don't do well, he gets frustrated because he knows how great we are. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's an issue that is debated all the time. I think there's so many factors that go into it. I do think that probably the main issue is that we do know the quality of the squad. We won 8 of our first 10 games in League One. You don't do that if you're not a top team.
Yeah, 100%.
And of course, as fans, when you make that squad in the summer, you expect that form to be replicated. And no matter who you are, if you do it, you proved it. And you've proved against top sides. If you do it across the first 5 games, teams do that. Wimbledon did that early in the season. Doncaster did that early in the season. We went for the first 10 games, and that's hard to do because you're not just having an easy run of fixtures. You're playing a couple of the top teams. Yeah. You have to stumble across them. In addition, I just think probably the unpredictability of the league, because if you total up all the points that you go, we should have got 3 points from that game, or we should have won that game. we'd be in the top two. We'd be in the top two. We would be in the top two because we've dropped so many points against sides that you go, how have we dropped points?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that spell where we had loads of draws at home, Plymouth, Doncaster, those type of draws, Burton, you go, we should be picking up 3 points from those games.
Yeah.
And based on the performances we had in those games, you go, we could have just set up differently and we could have got 3 points from the game, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Away games recently, like Northampton and Wickham, you go, we've had home wins where we played really well, and then we go away from home and it's a completely different story. It's chaos. It's a calamity. And you go, this isn't what this squad's about. And I personally get frustrated because I look at Alex Ravel and I go, there's a manager there who shows his inexperience at times, but shows that he's a top manager. He's on the way to becoming a top manager. Yeah. And of course there's inconsistencies, but you get disappointed with that. But we set such high standards at the start of the season that as a fan, you can't help but get frustrated because we don't see them every day. We don't see them train. The staff do. But when we see them play, we know the levels that these lads can play to. And when you're in a league, a climate of this league that is as unpredictable as it is, where a win could send you up 2 or 3 positions, a couple of wins altogether could put you in a position to consolidate you in the playoffs or something. That's huge. And if it was a league that we go, okay, there's a top 6 where you go, that's your top 6. They're going up. You'd go, okay, we'll accept our position and, we'll build. But there's so many opportunities this season. There's so many opportunities in this league. And that's why we get frustrated. But I think it's just important to keep with the squad and also acknowledge what we've done this season and the journey that we're on and how we're always building. We always are building. But it always is frustrating when you have those results because you know how good this squad is. But that's a testament to the manager, the coaching staff, the team that are getting those signings through the door because it's huge. And we've all just got to remember that we're Stevenage at the end of the day. Where we've come from 5-10 years ago, you've got to remember that journey. And for me, we're on the up and we've got nothing to worry about.
I completely agree. I remember when we started the campaign for I call it the most important season because I call it the season where we actually become a top half League One team, which we're incredibly proud about. In our 3rd season in League One since the promotion season, which is unbelievably nearly 3 years ago now. But yeah, we knew the goal coming into this season we wanted to become a top half League One team, and we created that. And 8 wins in 10, being top of the league, the amount of times we've been, the 14 wins, the performances, the moments, it's been unbelievable. And we know the level of this squad, and I can understand why people get frustrated because we know how great this squad is. But we do have to still remember, Revs is still early into his management, and look, we're in a bit of a weird one with Revs because we know that Revs has showed that he's a top League One manager because you don't put together this squad if you're not. But Revs has also shown a little bit of signs of inexperience at the same time as well when we went through that period in December with, the lack of evolving and different systems and getting the personnel wrong in games and subs, and things like that. Alex is only going to evolve. And next season, I think you will see a more accomplished Alex Ravel. And actually next season, I think is potentially a really, really exciting season for us, given how we end this season and what our summer's like. But look, I'm so with Luther's dad Edwin on this. I think people need to realise that when you're in League One, it's an incredibly tough league to do really well in. There's big money, there's big clubs, top players, top managers, top coaches. It's different to League Two. It's pretty much borderline championship if you're up the top.
Let's be honest, League One makes you feel that you go through 4 or 5 different seasons in one.
100%.
It makes you feel like that.
It does, right? And I think we need to remember that. And yes, we had 8 wins in 10 and we were top of the league in November. And, you beat Stockport 3-1. You play the way that you did at Cardiff. You beat Huddersfield at home. You beat Stockport. We've showed it, right? But I still think people need to remember, look, we're doing unbelievable. We've got 51 points by March. We're 1 point off the ploughs for 2 games in hand. If these were the things that we were told back in Spain or at Blackpool for the big opening day, we would have been unbelievably happy about it. So I'm with Edwin in the case of I think people really need to get behind this team and be happy about what we're doing this season. And remember the goal, it was to become a top half League One team, to become a top half League One team. And season on season, we evolve the squad and we stay a top half League One team.
And let's be honest, we've secured our season for next season.
Yep. Yeah, we have. We're there.
Look ahead. Look up the table.
Be excited. Have a crack. We know we're in that season next season in League One. So be positive and back the team. And I completely agree with Edwin. But again, thank you, Edwin, to sending your question in. We've got 5 minutes left of the pod, the Stevenage Football Club podcast prediction competition. Now, Andy's not here, but me and Luca are going to do this to end today's pod. Now, on the weekend, we did end up winning 2-1. Luca, you predicted Stockport to win 2-1. So no points scored. Andy predicted 3-1 Stockport. No points scored. I predicted 1-1. So 2 points scored. Excuse me, you still get a point, sorry. For getting it wrong.
It is funny to see how we've, because we obviously did these post Northampton, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
It's great to see how we've kind of gone back on everything we said. We were heavily negative.
Yeah,
now we look back at it.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Because and it's really tough when you predict at the start of the month because again you don't know how form's going to change like it's done with us. At the minute, both me and Ans have 22 points and Luca has 25. It is the start of the second last month of the season. 2 months to go.
So quick, hasn't it?
I remember sitting right here watching the first game of the campaign behind closed doors at QPR. And I remember when we built this squad and created it, and Spain and Blackpool for the big opening day win. I remember
Bishop Stortford.
I know Bishop Stortford the A1, and I remember all of that. I remember sitting in Spain, all excited, and we're here. 2 months to go. This month we have got Burton, Orient, Wimbledon, Plymouth, Reading, and Bolton. If it goes ahead, now that again the next 4: Burton, Orient, Wimbledon, and Plymouth. Great opportunity for our team to put some form together and really solidify our position in the top bracket of the division.
Should we, for predictions, should we name a goal scorer? And
could do that.
Should we potentially name something that's going to happen in the game? Maybe.
Okay.
So if I, for example, for Burton, I could say that Jamie Reid bundles one over the line in the 90th minute or something like that.
Okay. I think what we should do is do our prediction and then name a goal scorer for a bonus point. All right. Do you know what I was going to say then? I'm going to make this interesting. So you get a choice. You can either predict the game, right, and not predict a goal scorer, or you do your prediction, right? You predict the goal scorer, right? If you get the goal scorer right, you get a bonus point.
Or double points.
Right? But if you don't get the correct goal scorer or a goal scorer who's just going to score one of the goals, you lose a point.
Oh. Yeah.
So, Luca, Burton away, we're going to do Anne separately. He'll send them in separately because he's not on the pod. What are you going for? Burton away.
1-0 us.
1-0 us. I'm going to go for 2-0 us at Burton. I think we're going to beat Burton 2-0. Orient at home.
1-0 us again.
1-0 us.
And I'm going to predict a goal scorer.
Oh, hi. You go on then.
I'm going to say... Oh, I've got to do it at some point. Bez. Go on, Bez.
Bez! So if Bez doesn't score, you lose a point, by the way. I've gone for 3-1, and I've predicted Jamie Reid to score in that game for me. Luca, Wimbledon at home.
I think we're bound to drop points at some point, so I'm going to 1-1. Be realistic.
1-1. Exactly the same as me. I've got 1-1 as well. for that one. Plymouth away, Tuesday night, 2 weeks tomorrow.
I'm gonna go 1-1 again, and I'll go goal scorer. Sween dog.
Sweens, I love that. The sweet dog.
Sween dog.
I'm gonna go a 1-0 win at Plymouth. I'm not gonna risk the goal scorer for that. Reading at home.
0-0.
0-0. I'm gonna go 1-0. 1-0. Do I predict a goal scorer? No, I'm not going to predict the goal scorer for that one. Right, if it goes ahead, because it's the internationals, Bolton away. Bear in mind, Jamie Reid won't be there if it is on.
I'll go 2-1 Bolton, and I'll go goal scorer Matt Phillips.
M. Phillips while Reedy is away. If it goes ahead, 2-2. Jamie Reid to score a goal for me. Oh no, hang on, he's not there, is he? Yeah, Matt Phillips as well for me. I think I'm going to go Matt Phillips. Okay, Borough fans, there we have it. We've got our predictions in. Send us your predictions for the Stevenage Football Club podcast prediction competition, and we will get you involved. We've come to the end of the pods. Luca, my man, in the League One playoff race. Unbelievable. I'm so happy, mate.
Loved it.
Yeah, it's going to be class, my man, and fingers crossed the boys can go and get a result. But 2 months to go. We're in there. I've got no voice. I'm bunged up to anything because of my hay fever, but I'm so happy.
You're still loving it. You're still loving it.
I'm loving it, mate. I'm loving it. Well, look, my man, it's been good. Anything to add?
Just go and get a result on Saturday. I think that's the main thing. Get a point on the board at least. I think that's the big thing for me. But we're doing well. We're doing all right, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree. Look, go and get a result, even a point, and let's just enjoy it and back the team and see them achieve our goal of becoming a top half League One team. Borough fans, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to my horrible voice tonight because of my hay fever. We will be back next Sunday, hopefully reacting to a brilliant result at Burton, and then we'll be looking ahead to our final 12 games. Also, stay tuned for the instant reaction video. We did get one out on the weekend. It was a little bit later because I had to go off and do my race in Great Yarmouth. So massive apologies for everyone that wanted that a bit sooner. But for Burton, we will make sure that it's out a bit quicker on Saturday night for all of you. Again, guys, make sure to give us a follow and a like and a subscribe on YouTube, and to give us a follow on all the Audible, Spotify, etc. Have a lovely week, guys. Fingers crossed for the game and the result for the team on Saturday, and we will see you on Sunday for episode 45. Guys, have a fantastic week, and at this time, as always, you've been listening to the League One playoff race contenders, the Stevenage Football Club podcast.